Right now at noon, a debris field is found near the Titanic.
And we've got ourselves those partly cloudy skies out there and still fairly warm across the area. Are those pop-up storms still a possibility? We'll take a look at your forecast coming up.
And a devastating tornado rips apart the small community of Matador, Texas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A deep-sea robot finds a debris field while searching for a sub that went missing while carrying 5 people to the wreckage of the Titanic. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, the U.S. Coast Guard confirms the discovery of a debris field near the Titanic. Coast Guard officials are expected to discuss the findings during a press conference this afternoon. Now, the deep-sea robot from France joined the search early this morning. Roxana Sabiri has more on the efforts to find the lost 21-foot submarine.
We're searching where the noises are, and that's all we can do at this point.
After 2 days of detecting noises underwater, the Coast Guard said Wednesday there's still hope for the 5 people on board OceanGate's missing submersible.
This is a search and rescue mission, 100%.
But both time and oxygen are running out.
In any search and rescue case, you look at all the different factors. How long we've been searching, what the survivability is, the oxygen on board. There is more than just one piece, and right now we're focusing on the search.
More rescue vessels are joining the effort. But searching for the small Titan in the near-freezing and pitch-black conditions on the ocean floor is challenging.
If I were a family member, I would remain hopeful, but people generally do not come back from the bottom of the ocean.
OceanGate has faced criticism for years.
This company decided to self-certify.
Engineer Bart Kemper was part of a marine technology group that expressed concerns in 2018.
It follows no code and follows no jurisdiction.
Kemper said the company agreed to be more transparent with passengers, but continued to operate as an experimental vessel, without what the group said is typical certification.
How rare is it for something like this to happen?
We have not lost a non-military submersible before. We've had failures, we've had fatalities, but we've never had this type of incident happen before.
More search vehicles have been joining the effort, including a French deep-diving robot that could help release a trapped vessel. But even if teams do find and free the Titan before time runs out, it would still be a challenge to bring it to the surface. Roxana Saberi, CBS News, Boston.
Again, we'll have more on that debris field later this afternoon. The 5 people on board are British billionaire Amish Harding, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood, and his 19-year-old son, Suleiman, Titanic expert Paul Henry Nargolet, and Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate. Well, a 7th straight day of terrifying weather in the south. A tornado in Matador, Texas caused massive destruction and killed 4 people. At least 9 people were hurt. It's the latest community ripped apart by a dangerous tornado. More than 60 have touched down in the past week. The Matador twister slammed the small town yesterday, flattening homes and tearing roofs from buildings. Here you can see inside a restaurant with tables and booths still intact there. And nearby, room after room of a motel now visible from above. Storm chasers helped one man with injuries climb out of the rubble of what was once his home. His wife did not survive. In other parts of the state, a record 97-mile-per-hour wind gust hit Bush Airport in Houston. The severe weather stretched to Colorado, sending people running for cover at the Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater as golf ball-sized hail pelted concert goers. Well, here in the 4 states, we're in for another hot one today. Chris Warner joins us with the first look at the forecast.
Yeah, thankfully for us, that severe weather has remained to our west and continues to do so. Unfortunately, though, for those already hard-hit areas, they are in the target zone for some additional strong to severe thunderstorms today. Now, as for us, we are still pretty darn toasty. We've got the partly cloudy skies, and we could still see a pop-up storm or 2 across the area. MoDOT camera 20th and range line, you can see we've got plentiful sunshine, but we've also got those partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at the KDOT camera at 69 and East 520th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh. Same thing. You can see that sunshine out there. Yesterday started out at 66, a degree cooler than our average, and made it up to 88 only a degree warmer than our average. So yesterday is one of the most average days we've had in the last couple of months across the area. Temperatures right now, we're sitting at 83 in Iola, 86 Yates Center, Chanute Parsons, 87 Neodesha, 84 Miami, 83 Pittsburgh, Joplin, 82 Neosho, Carthage, Lamar, and 81 in Monette. So here's a look at what we are keeping an eye on. We're still partly cloudy today, and we're watching the possibility of at least a pop-up storm or two later today. Temperatures are going to be increasing as we head into the weekend. I mean, summer officially kicked off yesterday, so unfortunately that's to be expected. And we do have some scattered thunderstorm chances possible by this weekend. We'll take another complete look at your forecast and those weekend rain chances here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, the Federal Trade Commission is suing Amazon for allegedly deceptive tactics with customers. Agency says the retailer duped people into signing up for its Prime service and then made it difficult to cancel. Anna Werner has more on the lawsuit.
Prime members get holiday deals before anyone else.
Prime is a major moneymaker for Amazon. It has more than 200 million subscribers worldwide who pay fees generating $25 billion in annual revenue. But now the Federal Trade Commission is targeting the company for allegedly using what it calls manipulative, coercive, or deceptive practices known as dark patterns to gain subscribers and to keep them. In a heavily redacted filing, the FTC alleges Amazon tricked and trapped non-Prime customers into unknowingly signing up for the service during the checkout process by, quote, presenting them with a prominent button to enroll in Prime and a comparatively inconspicuous link to decline. It also claims Amazon made it very difficult to navigate canceling a Prime subscription. With a 4-page, 6-click, and 15-option process, the FTC says Amazon called Iliad after the nearly 16,000-line ancient poem.
Prime Day is almost here.
The filing also alleges Amazon executives knew about the complex and confusing process and neglected to change it until April of this year. Former FTC Chair William Kovacic.
It's certainly the FTC's perception that Amazon is hardly alone in this, which again is why I think they're singling out the company as an exemplar here, as a focal point for a major lawsuit that is seeking to change behavior across the industry.
In a statement, Amazon called the FTC's claims false on the facts and the law, saying, by design, we make it clear and simple for customers to both sign up for or cancel their Prime membership.
Before you get started on your Prime Day festivities, verify your Prime membership.
Anna Werner, CBS News.
Well, that's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at Noon, summer is a great time for taking stock of your finances. Coming up, tips for your mid-year checkup. And later, we're making fresh garden pasta in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We're almost halfway through 2023, and according to CBS News business analyst Jill Schleichinger, now is a great time to take a look at your finances.
Taking stock of your mid-year money can lead to some major rewards. Start by getting rid of junk fees. Have your paycheck direct deposited to limit the chance of incurring a bank overdraft fee. And establish automatic bill pay to eliminate late payment fees. Next, take a closer look at your expenses. Cancel those streaming subscriptions that you don't really use. Maybe you can move your cell phone to a lower rate plan or find a cheaper provider. And ditch credit cards with high annual fees. Finally, now is a good time to combine similar types of retirement and investment accounts. It should make it easier to monitor them. Consolidate each type into one place and save money by using low-cost index or exchange-traded funds. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Still to come on the KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
Today, we're using a few of summer's best veggies to whip up a dish that's restaurant special. It's so easy, you might feel guilty once you taste how good it is.
But first, we're tracking some weekend rain chances and still at least some possibilities, some pop-up storms later today. We'll take a complete look at your forecast when the KOAM News at Noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So temperatures warming up out there, and as has been the case the last few days, our dew points up a little bit. Humidity's come down a little, but the dew points stay up. It doesn't make it oppressively hot, but it does make it uncomfortable. But the good news is, I suppose, we're a couple of degrees cooler than where we were this time yesterday. I mean, it's not significant, but it's not as hot as it was either. All right, so let's talk about these pop-up storms. Got some differing opinions from the computer models here, but still looking at, in the next couple of hours, at least some pop-up storms in parts of southeast Kansas and into northeast Oklahoma. But of course, as we go later into the day, they will die out and be gone. Then we head into our Friday, and we've talked about the possibility of a couple of pop-up storms Friday afternoon, and here's where that possibility lies. We hit about 1 o'clock tomorrow. We could see, again, a couple of stray storms, maybe even into the evening hours. And then, as we go into Saturday, we'll get our first real chance at least some meaningful rainfall across the area. It'll start out kind of isolated, kind of scattered into the morning hours, and then by the time we head later into the evening, we'll see a few more of these thunderstorms begin to develop across the area, and they'll actually hopefully bring a little bit more rainfall to us. Unfortunately, there's that possibility, as this particular model is showing, that they may not get much further west than Highway 69. If that's the case, then unfortunately a lot of the folks out here in southeast Kansas that really need that rain aren't going to get that much. It's not our only chance of rain, of course. We go into Sunday early morning. We've got some additional scattered storms, and the rest of our Sunday is dry until we get into the evening. We could see a few more storms along and south of I-44. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line. You can follow this cloud as it moves on across, and sunlight ahead it, right under the cloud here at 20th and range line. And here's a look at what they look like from our camera here at the KOAM studios, just north of Crestline, Kansas. And you can see there's partly cloudy skies, but we have puffy cumulus. The problem is we just don't have anything to trigger some rain out of these guys. Here's another view of them from our camera at 7th and range line. There's plenty of them out there, and they're now darkening 7th and range line as well. So partly to mostly cloudy, 83. Feels like 85. Dew points up there. Humidity is a bit higher than what it's been here lately, but not significantly so. Over in Pittsburgh, clouds not blocking the sunlight right here on Highway 69. 83, feels like 85 as well. Same situation. Dew point is up a little bit. Humidity is a pinch higher in Pittsburgh as well. So again, it's uncomfortable out there to be sure. You got 83 Iola, 86s in Yates Center, Chanute, and Parsons. 87 Neodesha, 84 Miami, and 82 Neosho, Carthage, and Lamar. Now, as we go through the day, still looking at highs mostly in the upper 80s. Could be a couple of 90-degree readings out there. Maybe a couple of scattered thunderstorms, for at least pop-up storms for parts of southeast Kansas. As we go into the evening and overnight hours, we'll stay partly cloudy, a little cooler than where we have been lately, but still mild as we go back low to mid-60s. Tomorrow, another hot day for us. Sunny skies initially, partly cloudy. Could see a couple of pop-up storms and highs pushing right up there by 90. And we talked about some rain chances for this weekend, so we'll get to that. Low 90s tomorrow. This weekend, check this out, mid-90s possible by Saturday. So those scattered thunderstorm chances Saturday. We got those storm chances again Sunday evening along and south of I-44. Low 90s. As we go into next week, we're going to start climbing again. Low, mid, maybe even upper 90s. Some thunderstorm chances Tuesday morning and then again Tuesday evening. And then another round of possible showers and thunderstorms as we head into Friday night and Saturday morning of next week. So it's definitely going to be heating up. You're going to want to make sure that you're taking precautions. You're staying hydrated if you're doing anything outdoors, but at least we have some chances of rain. We need some really good, meaningful rainfall, but you know, it's as we've said, any rain's better than no rain at this point, but we need a really good soaking rain here at some point.
Yeah, we do. And just a reminder, if you're going to be outside, these are small chances of rain, and it's not enough to keep you hydrated. So you make sure you take care of that.
And if you get a pop-up storm even just nearby, the humidity from that can climb where you are and make it even more miserable out there. So just take appropriate precautions outdoors.
Tomorrow is National Hydration Day.
Make sure you're staying hydrated tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making fresh garden pasta after the break. Looking for a fresh and quick meal? How about whipping up a fresh garden pasta? That's what Howard is making today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When it comes to making dinner this time of year, we look for ideas that are fresh and quick, and whenever possible, take advantage of our bounty of fresh veggies. With that in mind, I know you're going to love today's light-tasting pasta dish that's tossed with a confetti of roasted veggies. We start by cutting up a few plum tomatoes, some zucchini, summer squash, and an onion. All that goes into a bowl and gets tossed with some olive oil, garlic, salt and pepper. Next, we place our veggies on a ribbed baking sheet and into a hot oven they go until they're tender and the edges are brown. While they roast, we'll boil up some angel hair pasta, and that can be regular or whole grain. Once our pasta is tender, we'll drain it, then we'll toss it with the roasted veggies and the pan drippings, a little fresh basil, and a bit of grated Parmesan cheese, and it's time to dig in. Simple, yes. Fresh tasting, you bet. Budget friendly, of course it is. To get the easy recipe for our fresh garden pasta, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly, our resident pasta lover in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fresh from the garden way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Looks tasty, and you can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
All right, so we've got some possible pop-up storms in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma today. Some additional pop-up storms later this evening, tomorrow evening, and then some scattered storms this weekend, regardless of the rain chances. Summer settling in as temperatures continue to climb as we get into the mid-90s on some of these days. So it's definitely going to be hot. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you are staying safe if you're outdoors during these really high temperatures.
All right, and we already said that tomorrow's National Hydration Day, so we're going to be reminding you, stay hydrated.
Make sure we're up on that.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, coming up tonight at 5, June is Cataract Awareness Month, an eye condition that is America's leading cause of vision loss. In Health Watch, we meet a man who's giving thousands of people their sight back. Plus, some area veterans take part in dream flights at the Miami airport. We take you there. And have you heard about the C-Click Fix app? Find out what the app is and why officials say some are using it incorrectly. Join us for those stories and much more tonight on the KOAM News at 5. And thank you for joining us for the KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.